Hi, everyone. Welcome to our One World Energy Encounter with the Zohar. This week's portion is Tazria and Mitzorah. It's actually a double portion. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is more. So we have two portions that we'll be reading tomorrow. We are in volume 15 of our edition of the Zohar at verse 80. And the name of the article is, "And breathe into his nostrils the breath of life." No coincidence that in our Monday through Thursday class where we're studying the Zohar of Breshit, we've actually connected with this verse also. So, but there's a significant amount to be unpacked here. As we connect to these verses, first of all, let's invite in the Kabbalistic lineage of the Rav and Karen and Michael, Rav Shlag, Rav Brandwein, the Ria Kodesh, Rav Ramchal, Rav Bitachon, Rav Avram Azulai, Rav Menachem Mendel Lovatepsk, Rav Kolonu, Shapira Piasetzna, the Baal Shem Tov, Rav Shimon Bar Chaim, all the students, Rav Mordechai of Chernobyl, and so with Yosef Tzaddik in Shechem. Today is the 19th day of the Omer, so it's Hod Shevet Tiferet. We have that going for us also. And also, it's the fourth day of ER, the month of Taurus. Let's also, as we connect to these verses, let's turn our attention to sending out energy of healing to everyone we know who needs healing. So if you know someone, just send them energy of healing. Mindabat Chaya Moshe Ben Chana, Albert Ben Imelda, Imelda Bat Carmen, Ariela Bat Rivka Tova, Shem Dvor Bat Chaya Chana, Levi Ben Bluma, Sarbat Malka, Yisuk Ben Rivka, Melas Bat Margie, Chana Ben Rivka, Yudit Masanavam Bat Aviva, Vanessa Barachel Dina, Sur Perel Bat Yita Reza, Carol Bat Susan, Aviva Bat Naina. So let's send them energy of healing. Also sending energy of comfort and assistance to those souls that we know are in their first 12 months of elevating. So we want to send them energy also. Let's also connect to the energy of Ahavat Chinam, unconditional love, treating everyone in the world with human decency, ending the wars in our world, safe release of all the hostages being held by Hamas, protection for all those innocents in harm's way, protection from evil eye and evil speech, and removing chaos and negativity from our world. These two portions are normally one of the first takeaways is associated with evil speech. So there's a big focus on evil speech this week. And, we look at evil speech as something to restrict and avoid, but on the other hand, we just need to be connecting to positive speech. One way of avoiding it, it's like, don't do that. It's like, it turns my attention. Well, let's just focus our attention on speaking positively, sharing blessings, sharing positivity, maintaining a positive consciousness. I mean, words, our words, it's energy that we are literally injecting into the cosmos. And with tremendous repercussions, Karen Berger's noted as saying something like, we should be more, we're very conscious of what we put in our mouth. We should be more conscious of what comes out of our mouth. So let's dive in. Verse 80. Tu patach barei achara ve'amar v'yitzir Hashem Elokim et Adam afar min Adam ma v'gomer v'yitzir Hashem Elokim bitrei yodin bitrein yitzrin yitzatov v'yitzirah chad l'kavel mayat l'chad l'kavel eshat Hashem Elokim Shem maleh et Adam kalil d'char v'nukba afar min Adama da afra de'ara kadisha d'mitaman it barei v'hu atar devei makdasha. Maria?
His other son opened the discussion with the verse.
Okay, so we're coming in the middle of a conversation, which is fine. Often we come into the middle of conversations. Sometimes not knowing what happened before might actually be a benefit. We look at it like we missed, FOMO. We missed out on what. Sometimes it's better not to have been burdened by that. Not in this case because it's a Zohar, but it's something to think about. When we come into any circumstance, is exactly where we're supposed to be at all times. And one of the things that we include in our prayers, it's the paragraph Alat Tzadikim V'Ala Chasidim in the standing prayer. The middle 18 blessings is a statement about, it's a consciousness about asking to always be with the right people and always to be in the right place at the right time. Okay, let's continue.
And Hashem Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground. And Hashem Elohim formed Vayitzer. It's
Okay, so
spelled.
interestingly, this is a verse, this is the Zohar of Tazria, and yet we have a verse that goes right back to the creation story. And so one of the things that's important to remember, and as we've been going through Breshit, the creation story, we see like all these verses that are part of creation that we look at as like, this is how the world was created. You know, we see those verses like in a linear fashion. Those were verses associated with creation. So like, you know, water under the bridge, so to speak. And one of the things the Zohar continually brings out is this idea that, no, those verses are still impacting our reality right now. Those verses, there is no linearity in the spiritual realm. Things don't play out A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It's the present moment. If it was relevant then, it's relevant now. When I first started studying, I mean, I'm sure many of you, if not all, you had the same experience. When I first started studying, it was like, you know, I want to understand the relevance of the things that I'm doing. It's one of the reasons why I ended up in this path. And like I thought that I had to make an effort to open my consciousness up to the importance of understanding the relevance of everything we're doing. And that is important, not diminishing that in any way. And what I'm about to say is not in conflict with that. But the deeper truth is that it's all relevant in every moment. Every verse that we read in the 5 books of Moses, all the holy writings in the Zohar is always present moment relevant. It's just like it's kind of like backwards when you say, "Oh, I want to see the relevance." It's relevant. I didn't see it. That was the only thing that was going on. We don't see that deeper reality. Of course it's relevant. I'm searching for the relevance because I'm blind to it. Because I'm so tapped into physicality where I got clocks and I got time. I need to show up at a certain time and I got to pay my bills by a certain time. And, you know, time's the big thing. Well, time is relative and I'm not even sure I don't think it's even real. It's how we're forced to navigate physicality because we're stuck in this illusion and, you know, we have to navigate it. But the reality is that there's only one moment of present. It's all there is. There is no future. There is no past. It's all always playing out in the present moment. And I realize how difficult of a concept that is to grasp because we're so plugged into linearity. But it's not real. The only thing that's real, the realest thing we encounter is the present moment. And if we could just double down on that, we'd attract a lot less chaos because we don't have movies playing on in our heads about what might happen or what happened, regrets about the past, anxiety and fear about the future. It's like it absorbs so much of our consciousness, so much of our energy. It's so low vibrational frequency energy. The only thing that matters is present. And when we're connecting to verses, we're connecting to, hey, it's timeless. No, of course it's timeless. That's not the point. Of course it's timeless. I'm not like when I say it's timeless, it's nice to look at these things from a timeless perspective. It's nice. That's not the point. It is timeless. Because I didn't see it didn't mean it wasn't there. It's always there. Of course it's timeless. That's the reality is timeless. The reality is that it's timeless. I think I'm being elevated when I see the timeless. No, I'm just getting more real. So, a huge opportunity for us to transform our consciousness, to elevate our consciousness, to see the depth of every moment. And I've said this before, and I don't know where I heard it from, but the first time I heard it, I'm like, what? When you have a premonition, you're not seeing something that's happening in the future. You're seeing something that's happening in the moment. You're just seeing a deeper now. That's all there ever is. Now. I mean, Eckhart Tolle didn't come up with that. He revealed it. But it had already been revealed for the Kabbalists. Like, I don't have to have an impact in the future. I just have a deeper impact in the present moment. It changes everything. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Vayetzer is spelled with two Yuds to indicate man was born with two inclinations, the good inclination and the evil inclination.
Okay, so the word for formed, vayetzer, or vayitzer, has an extra letter there. I'm not even sure it needs even one yud, but it has two. And the question is, why is there an extra letter? Did the scribe who was writing it just kind of like doze off a little bit and just put an extra letter there? No, that never happened. It never happens. Every letter is significant. Anything that looks like it's a duplication, whether it's a word or a letter, there's significance, deep significance. So what the Zohar is telling us is that beyond the literal story is the understanding that there's two yuds there because we are born with two inclinations. And remember, your soul doesn't start with being born. Your soul pre-exists being born. So it's just a matter of like, when you arrive here, when your soul arrives into this physical realm, along with that incarnation comes two sets of desires. The Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov, the evil inclination and the good inclination. What do you suppose we mean by that from a Kabbalistic perspective? We don't believe in good and bad. So what's good inclination and bad inclination? Anybody?
It's the desire to receive for your own self or for others to share.
100%. That's what it is. It's a yetzer, it's a desire. What we call good inclination, good desire, is desire to receive for the sake of sharing. That's us as channels. That's us at the level of neshama. Nefesh, ruach, neshama. At the level of nefesh, it's like, why is this happening to me? I have to take care of myself. It's like all ego-based. At the one step up, at the level of ruach, it's like, yeah, this stuff, it's not happening to me. Everything that's going on in my world is happening for me. It's here to assist me. That's an elevated consciousness. It's not so easy to get to that. We're challenged with that every day. Everything that's happening. I had a crazy thing going on last night into this morning. It's like, why is this happening to me? And I'm like, Dave, there's a chance it's happening for you. And then, poof, it's gone. But like that's those things happen to assist us in growing and elevating our consciousness. And at the level of the Shema, we're just channels. Desire to receive for the sake of sharing. Is this using our desire to channel positivity into the world, as we're doing right now. We're reading the Zohar because we want to have a positive impact on the world. We set our consciousness to have a positive impact in the world for healing, for ending wars, for ending pain and suffering in the world. That is our consciousness. Are we going to benefit from it? Yeah, but that's not it. We want to be channels. We want to be at a highly elevated level of consciousness 24/7. Okay, let's continue.
One, the good inclination corresponds to water, and one, the evil inclination corresponds to fire.
Well, not hard to imagine that. I mean, water is mercy. Desire to receive for the sake of sharing. This is how we go through life from a right column chesed water perspective. The desire to receive for the self, harsh. It's fire. It's hot. We need balance, of course. But that's the additional perspective on like what it means to have these two desires. That we come when you're here, you're in a software package that has both desires, and the default setting is desire to receive for the self. That's it. That's the default. Nothing wrong with it. It's human nature. It's actually our nature. We're here to overcome that nature. Okay, let's continue.
Hashem Elohim is a full name. The man includes of male and female, since the kel alludes to the female.
So in that verse is the word et. Now we know that et really doesn't have a translation. Yair can validate that for us. It doesn't have a literal translation. So when it shows up, it is always extraneous. The other thing about et is, of the 22 letters which form the spiritual DNA for our reality, because as we know, what Zohar points out and all teachers point out throughout history, Those 22 letters are the spiritual DNA for reality. The Creator used those letters as the building blocks of reality. The letters? Well, the letters channel energy. It's that energy. It's the letters. It's the energy through those letters that is the building blocks, are the building blocks of this reality. So why is the extra et there? It's to indicate, as the Zohar points out, that male includes both male and female energy. Let's continue.
Dust of the ground is the dust of the Holy Land, whence he was created. It is the place of the temple.
You know, from dust we come, to dust we return. It's like, you know, it's like, is it dust really? Is it really physical dirt? Is that what it is? You know, there's a common practice in many circles to take a bag of dirt when someone's buried, to take a bag of dirt and put it into, from Israel, and put it into the grave. I mean, we see that we're saying that we come from that. We come from the dust of the earth, not any dust, the dust of the Temple Mount. And again, it's important. It's an important reminder, like we live in a fragmented universe. Before the great Tzimtzum, before the creation of our universe, our reality, the Creator's light was in equal portions everywhere. After the great Tzimtzum, the restriction of that light, the light's available, but in fragmented ways. It's available in certain places, at certain times, at certain windows and times. Shabbat is only a few hours away. Well, the sun's setting late nowadays, so it's more maybe just a couple hours, but that is a specific window of time open to us every week where we're connecting to the energy of the Garden of Eden, which gives us the ability to remove chaos from our lives. It's the opportunity we have on Shabbat. That's a window in time. That energy was always available before our fragmented reality emerged. Arguably, it's still always available. But the Temple Mount represents a physical place. It's an energy vortex. It's the most powerful energy vortex in the universe. Kabbalistically, that's our understanding of what the Temple Mount represents. So many things. It's not just the temple was built there. That's where the binding of Jacob took place. So many remarkable things. So that's the dust that was used to create Adam. Is it really the dust? No, it's the energy behind it. It's the internal energy. So for us, this is us in this particular verse, connecting to the seed level of our souls, connecting to the seed level of Adam, to that primordial energy that was used in the creation of man. And so what does that mean? It's an opportunity to connect to our purest self. Okay, let's continue.
You go.
My turn. Thank you. Vayipach be'apav nishmat. This is verse 81. Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim. Da nishmata kadisha. Dit mashcha inun chayim dil'ela. V'yihi hadam lenefesh chaya. Adam itkalil benafsha kadisha. Mechaya ila'a. Da pikat ara dichtiv. Totzei haaretz nefesh chaya. Nefesh dahahi chaya ila'a.
And breathe into his nostrils the breath.
Okay, so we had this idea that during the creation story, the Creator breathed into our nostrils the breath of life. So that's how we became alive. Really? Is that really what he did? He really breathed into us? Like CPR, mouth to mouth, nose to nose? Like, is that what happened? I mean, that's the literal narrative, but is that it? It can't possibly mean just that. It can't possibly mean just that. Additionally, it's like, how do you know if someone's alive or not? You see them breathing. Literally, it's the most visible sign of life is breathing in, mammals. It's the most visible sign. So arguably, and I've heard people say this, every moment we take a breath, we're renewing the lease on life. We're reconnecting to this idea of breathe into his nostrils the breath of life. Every time we take an inhale, you think, we're taught by science that, breathing is one of those things that we're not really conscious to. It happens at a subconscious level. But that, we're physically, that's the way our bodies are tuned to breathe. But are we really responsible for that? I mean, from a deeper spiritual perspective, the Creator is assisting us in breathing at every moment. Without the Creator's assistance, we stop breathing. So arguably, that verse in and of itself is not just present moment relevant. It's actually what happens at every breath. At every breath, the Creator is breathing into our nostrils the breath of life. It's not just part of the creation story. It's part of our every moment. It's like waking up to this idea that, we're connected to like a respirator, and that respirator is the Creator. And like, how often do we say, thank you, Creator, for that last breath? It's so taken for granted. So an opportunity right here with this verse to go deeper, and see the impact and the relationship that we have with the Creator. It's like, I don't see the Creator in my life. Every breath you take is the Creator in your life. Let's continue.
This is the holy neshama that is drawn from the supernal life from Binah.
Okay, so Rav Ashlag is telling us that when we say the neshama that is drawn from supernal life, where's that? It's in Binah. It actually has an address. The third Sphira, Binah. That's where supernal life is coming from. So let's continue.
And man become a living nefesh, since man includes a holy nefesh from the supernal living creature, which is Binah.
Okay, so we talk about Binah a lot. Binah is the reservoir of fulfillment. It's the Garden of Eden. It's the flawless universe. And we talk about that a lot. It's the reservoir of all fulfillment. Like everything that we're experiencing comes from Binah, goes through Zeran Pin, the 6 Sfirot below Binah, into Malchut, our realm. Okay, so like, I know what it is. I picture a reservoir of fulfillment. All the things that we're looking for, all the lack that we experience in our life, where is the fulfillment? It's in Binah. Part of what we're trying to do is draw down that fulfillment from Binah. And it's not as simple as pressing a button. It's a little more complicated. It's like we have to be channels. The greater channel we are, the more connectivity we have to that realm of blessings. Remember, the Creator's trying to rain blessings down on your head 24/7. I know, David, like that, I'm not experiencing that. I'm experiencing what kind of lack? Yeah, because we have blockages. We have things we're supposed to remove. We have things we're supposed to work on. I think the most fascinating aspect of this verse is that Binah is described as a supernal living creature. Like, what does that mean? Do you think of Binah as a creature? Like it's alive? So as we see, what this Zohar is telling us is that that's where our neshama is drawn from that. So our neshama is, our soul is life, which means that if our neshama, if our soul is life and it's coming from Binah, then we're still maintaining at some level that connection. Like that's the source of life. It's a very topic that's very difficult to wrap our heads around. Like, what does it mean that it's a supernal living creature? How can a Sphira be a supernal living creature? Stacy's asking, are we the cells of Binah? Well, if if you mean like biological cells, that may be too limiting. Are we like extensions of Binah? Are our souls extensions of Binah? Sounds more likely. Because that's the source. So whatever Binah is, and it's a very, it's a very difficult concept. There's a similarity of form between our soul and Binah.
Hey, David. Yeah, so I'd like to make a statement, but a question. So to Stacy's comment, right? So Binah and the Sephirot presumably have no physicality. We describe them, right? They are energy coming down into our world and fusing our world. So I agree that the statement is that they're not cellular, let's say. But since it's all from the creator and we are the essence of the creator, yeah, there's something that we are all the same of, right? I just don't know what you call it.
Right. Yeah, it's too, the word I was looking for is it's an abstract concept. It's abstract. We don't have a way to like contain it. But we kind of understand that. I mean, the bizarre thing about this is like a very deep idea about what Binah is. What's Chokhmah and what's Keter? I mean, we have less. Those are even more abstract concepts. The whole thing, all 10 spheres are abstract concepts, but it's like it gets more abstract the higher up you go to the point above Keter, at Keter, above Keter. We lose any ability to understand any of that. That's Ein Sof. Ein Sof is like the limits to our consciousness. Has no end. Well, what is that? So, big takeaway here is, it's like the things that we know and the things we know we don't know. And then there's things we don't even know we don't know. And that's important for us to struggle with, so we get gain a greater understanding of the dynamic that's responsible for producing this illusion that we experience around us. And you can say, well, why do we need to know that? Because it answers the questions of the universe. It gives us knowing I don't know it is better than not knowing anything at all. Or not understanding what's going on. We have a better understanding of what's going on.
Hey, David.
A little less abstract, yes.
So articulating that further and calling on Rav Ashlag, because I'm rereading the Wisdom of Truth. He says, right, man, we cannot understand the creator. And again, I'm paraphrasing and I'm doing a bad job. But what you were saying and what he says more deeply is, it used to always bother me. What do you mean we can't comprehend? Now, the farther we get into our studies, I'm understanding that my physical manifestation is what limits how much we can see. So when you say we can't see, right, beyond the illusion that we're in, maybe we get glimpses once in a blue moon or something, but
absolutely we do.
When we start to understand that, through these teachings, through the Zohar, that there is something out there, right? That we have some ability to connect only because we understand that we are limited and we can't see. So if I'm saying it in a different way.
100%. And just by virtue of the fact that we have gained an understanding of the Sefirot to whatever degree we have, that is also a greater understanding of the creator, because the Sefirot are the emanations of the creator. Like, I didn't know Michael Jordan, but I saw how he played basketball. That's some insight into who he was. Lob deal. I mean, not to compare Michael Jordan to, the creator. But I'm just saying, how do we come to know the creator? Look around. These are all energetic emanations from the creator. I know, but it looks like it's here. Yeah, that's an illusion. How I feel towards people is an emanation of the creator. Companionship that I feel is an emanation of the creator. Love that I feel is an emanation from the creator. Closeness that I feel is an emanation from the Creator. It's all emanating from the Creator. It's in here. It looks like it's out there. It looks like I really like that jacket. No, I really do actually. I really like that jacket. No, I'm looking at it. It's eliciting this. That's a here. It's inside. This is the spark that we're talking about. It's like, think of it's like the most complex computer system, artificial intelligence, whatever. It's like, it's in here. It's in here. It's not out there. We project it on other things. I like the jacket. That's a projection. No, I look at it and I'm able to connect to a feeling I have in here. I'm with certain people. I think I like them. I think I love them. That is me connecting to a feeling. It's me opening this up, not that up. It's a projection. It's the illusion. Getting back, Peter, to a conversation we had before, it's like every interaction I have, I'm actually interacting with the Creator. I know that. I'm interacting with parent, with spouse, partner, child, whatever. I'm interacting with it. No, everything's coming from the Creator. You're saying, Peter?
Milvado, why don't you explain that?
Milvado, which is the verse which comes from the Torah, which is there's nothing other than the Creator. I mean, it's a very difficult concept to wrap your head around. But the more we consider it, the more clarity we have, and the closer we are to the source of everything, to the Creator, to the Master of the universe. Yes, Aaron.
I had a thought. I'm like, do you think like maybe years ago, remember like, or maybe not, like when Kabbalah was prohibited to study because like people said it might drive you kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think we're trying to like understand and comprehend what's incomprehensible.
Yeah, these very abstract. They're abstract consciousnesses. They're very abstract. It's very abstract consciousness. Absolutely, no question about it. And people were uncomfortable with that. I mean, the world has opened up in so many ways. So this is just one of them. Perhaps the world has opened up in so many ways because we're able to, we have access to and can grasp this wisdom because of the lineage of Kabbalists who preceded us. I want to catch, Stacy says, we need community to connect to the wisdom. We cannot learn this alone. Well, I will say personal experiences, like I can try learning it alone, but it's never the same when I'm with a group of people because we're all bringing energy to the experience by just being there.
I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it's learning, but it's more like experiencing it than the knowledge or the learning.
Totally experiential, and it's totally an exercise in expanding our consciousness.
Well, note that the energy of the individual isn't as much as the energy of the collective. So when we are doing it in a group, you're actually calling on more energy that hopefully enables us to go deeper. What?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's, it's like we're all pulling on the rope. It's remarkable, which is why, maybe you could sing in the shower, but if you sing in front of one person, it's a little bit more difficult. You don't have the same confidence in your voice and it sounds that way. Or if you're going to all of a sudden sing in front of a table of people, you might, it's even more energy that's there. Or if you have to sing in front of an entire auditorium.
This is the whole foundation of a minyan.
Yes, a quorum of 10 to connect to the Creator 3 times a day. Yes, absolutely. We need 10 because you can't access without enough energy. Question, which we're not going to answer, what if those 10 don't have any consciousness for that? Are you really connecting? perhaps not the same level. You want to be with a group of people who are aware that the collective consciousness is creating many more openings and drawing many more blessings, because consciousness is the key to doing that.
That's a good question.
Hugely important. But it's a great point. It's like, how often do we show up in life without any present moment awareness to even what's going on? Well, then what's going on? Less than what might otherwise be going on if we had the consciousness. That's why, as the Rav always said, consciousness is everything. When I first heard that, I was like, that's somewhat exaggerated. Well, when I first heard it, consciousness is everything. Really? Come on, look around. No, I'm, in terms of my own personal growth, I now understand what he meant, which is, by the way, a really important point when we hear like the masters speak of things and we're just having a hard time wrapping our heads around, whether it's in the Zohar or other sources from the writings of righteous souls or the Torah itself. It's like, give yourself time, be patient. It's easy to be impatient about this stuff. I want it all now. We need time, we need to be patient. There's a process going on. You can have a conversation with somebody. You can see the truth behind the words that they're saying that they don't even see. They're not there yet. They're not far enough in their process. The fruit hasn't become ripe yet. It's in potential. And it's a blessing to be able to see that deeper reality. I want to see that deeper reality because it helps me navigate what's going on in a better way because I see a truer picture. I mean, at the same time, what do we know? Not a lot. Not a lot. The longer you're on this path, the more wisdom you gain, the more you realize you don't know what's going on. You don't have any clue what's going on.
Yeah, that's back to Ron's point about it. You can go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
So it's okay, right? Like you learn to be okay with it.
You have to be okay with it. It's the whole idea of, again, certainty beyond logic, which was another concept I used to struggle with, because what does that mean, beyond logic? Isn't logic important? No. So logic is based on a limited data set. What? It's all we got. Yeah, I know, it is all we got. Logic is all we got at times, but it's a limited data set, and there's a reality that's beyond logic. I mean, let's just accept it. There's a reality beyond logic. There's a reality beyond the scientific method can show. The science will only rely on something they can prove in a lab. That's a limited data set. So like, certainly beyond logic is like, I know there's a deeper truth that I can't logically show or demonstrate. And this is not like hypothetical. This is not in the lab. It's in your freaking life where you are confronted with situations. And like, if you use logic to navigate it, you may fall completely on your face. It's a beautiful reality.
I'd like to add to your comment, just for all of us, because of the perspective, is when you said in quote, now, I get some understanding, right? So I started with none, and then I get to a level and I get some understanding. And I think we have to remember that process never ends. So the level of understanding we have today to understand a certain concept will be different tomorrow when I gain more understanding, more connection, more tools, etc. So there's no point that we ever have grasped something, because we're going to get more, it's going to become more illuminated again and again and again.
100%. But what if I don't get the information in time? Oh, no, don't worry. And we're going to close to this point if we're out of time. But will I get the information in time? You will always get the insight precisely when you need it. There's no time lag, because there's no time. You will always access exactly what you need, precisely what you need at the moment you need it. Just be awake. Just be open. Again, it's certainty beyond logic. Okay, everybody, we're out of time. Thank you very much. Love you all.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Thanks for reading, Maria.